for discovery. Brought to trial, he was hanged a week later. John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia in 1859 was inspired in part by Nat Turner's rebellion. Now, John Brown was the white boy. I wonder if they're going to show his picture. Abolitionist John Brown leads a small group on a raid against a federal army in Harper's Ferry, Virginia, now West Virginia, in an attempt to start an armed slave revolt and destroy the institution of slavery. This is a white boy now. This is a white boy. I'm trying to get his picture. Okay. So now, New York slavery. Now they told y'all slavery was only in the South, and I've been telling people that the Union Jack and Old Glory mean the same shit. So if you got the red, white, and the blue, or if you got the gray with the stripes on it, called the Union Jack, what they call the flag of the South, they mean the same shit. To protest the Union Jack and not protest Old Glory, you a damn fool. This is why. In the 18th century, slaves comprised 20% of the population in New York City. This ain't the goddamn South, people. In 1712 saw the city as a host of significant revolts centering on enslaved warriors from Africa's Gold Coast. Now, look, I can't make this shit up. I done told y'all. Enslaved warriors from Africa's Gold Coast. They wasn't taking Africans to the South like they told y'all. And this is why. Let me read a little bit more. Early in the year, some slaves planned an uprising in April with local Indians. Plotting with the locals. We all got along until the Moors came with that bullshit. Armed with guns, swords, knives, and axes, 23 men gathered in an orchard at the northern tip of the city before setting fire to a slave owner's house. Can't make this shit up. 1708, 1741. German Coast Uprising. 1811, German Coast Uprising was the largest slave revolt in American history, given the number of people involved, taking place along the Mississippi River, north of New Orleans, in an area known as the German Coast. The ultimate plan was to destroy sugarcane plantations. I can keep going with this shit, but I'm not going to go through all of the slave revolts. Just wanted to show y'all that the slavery wasn't centralized to the South. Slavery was in the North. Remember, Dred Scott came to the North and tried to get his freedom. And they told him, nigga, fuck you, you 3/5. Okay, so then we go to here. Oh, that was a special request to mention Sankofa from the Outlaw Camp. So y'all get a chance, watch that movie Sankofa, because it deals with your European mind being stripped away and you being confronted with your African self. Right? Your colonized mind being stripped away, and then you realizing who and what you are. So Sankofa, Dora, thanks, sweetie. Sankofa was the reference she told me to give y'all from the Outlaw Camp. Nicene Council, we already dealt with that. So now, we see who the imposters is. Right? Now let's get into the islands. The islands was called the Middle Passage, and the most dreaded island was Haiti. And its revolt, a Toussaint L'Ouverture. Now, one of our elders go all the way into the detail in his book about the conjure, who was involved in everything about the Haitian Revolution. I'm just going to briefly touch on it because Haiti, the Haitian Revolution from 1791 to 1804. That's 13-year war, right? And they was able to come from under Yep. So they fought their way from under Napoleon's French army. Y'all got to remember that. Napoleon's French army lost to Toussaint. They show you images of the rebellion throughout. Look, All them fighting the slavers. Showing you the warfare. This look. Them canes and sugar beets and shit. Now this is critical to notice. See this? These are Moors. And they fighting each other. I can't make this shit up. Look. See how he dressed? See this? He's an admiral. He's an admiral. Look at his hat on the table. You see what it make a cross? Out of the feathers. Right? That's his allegiance to the church, to the papacy. This is when they was doing the actual ritual with the black pig. If you look right here, you'll see the black pig. I'm not going to go into the conjure, but when you go search a Haitian revolution, and you find that they sacrificed the black pig. Now you see these right here are Vadum symbols of the various laws right here on the ground. Right? They dancing. This is the war dance. He's a priest, she's a priestess. Right? He's calling for the war from the Usirians in the heavens, and she's calling Mother Earth to wake up and free them from the bondage. Right? Corey, you right on point. There was a whole lot of people involved in the Haitian Revolution other than Toussaint, but we always mention him. We always mention him because he was the commander of the military, but he ain't the one that started it all. You know, like I say, our elders give a whole dialogue on the full extent of the rebellion. Look, that's a nigger. White boys, a nigger. Look at the flag, red, white, blue. Red lodge, blue lodge. Put the white people in the middle of the two so they don't know who fighting who. Look, mulatto, mulatto. But look at the chains. He must be ordering this motherfucker to chain her and she fighting it off. Look, surrender. Chains in his hands. Look. She got a blind stick. She can't even see. She's trying to figure out what's going on. This is all symbol. It's telling you what happened in this picture. Let me find out. This is an image of the Haitian Revolution. Look at her. Right? Now, the only reason why you know he ain't part of the resistance, look as he's standing on the platform. And this right here is the march of the war. You see he got his right foot forward, right? In response to him presenting their leader, a nigger. Right? These are the ones over here, including the pale people, with the blind girl, the autistic guy. All of these are the people that was oppressed in Haiti. And he was the one behind. He was running the show. And then they used these motherfuckers to enforce the law. So, these very images. Now, when you go to Jamaica, when you go to Marley's Jamaica, after the start of the roster, you see, these are the ones, this is the Negroes they fear. These are the most feared black people on earth right now. The ones that wear their hair like this. Y'all got to see it. Look. See how light he is? When they see that hair when they see what they call the natty dread, that is the worst thing you can show a European on earth. The worst thing you can show them is dreadlocks. That shit ain't no fashion statement. And all these niggas running around with that shit on don't know what it is. When the energy turn on and your ass turn up and you can't control it, you're going to be fucked up thinking you doing some fashion shit. This ain't fashion. This African conjure. That's why it's feared. The dreadlocks is African conjure. It's the harnessing of what they call ether energy. In order for you to absorb it into your body, you need your antenna. This is one form. I'm going to show you another form since we own it, on the hair. The second most feared hairstyle and this is why we caused so much hell in the 70s. This is the second most feared hairstyle. We call it the afro. Energy, 9-ether energy. If you can control 9-ether using your locks, no matter what form they in, no matter what form they in, when you can harness that energy, you a bad motherfucker. This shit is scary. To non-Africans, this is the scariest shit to see an African doing. It's the worst shit in the world to a non-African when we pissed off and we got this. Because this shit shoot fire. It ain't real fire, it's electricity. Static. Remember you get shocked when you touch a motherfucker? Turn that shit up. That's what this shit do. They move when you woke. Like snakes. And that's why you see Medusa. See how she look like she got... This is dreadlocks. This is dreadlocks. But they don't want you to know that. So they conceal it as snakes. You see, them dreadlocks. She can control her dreadlocks. Right? Now, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what it looked like when they move. You see some fucking dreadlocks do that shit, your ass gonna run and bust a goddamn wall down. If you see some dreadlocks do this shit, they not gonna just stay like that. Them motherfuckers gonna move like snakes. That motherfucking energy right there moved that shit. But we done lost who we was. We can't control this shit. If we don't know how to control that shit when it turn on, we gonna fucking blow the fuck up. Y'all better wake the fuck up. This shit already in you. You don't need no motherfucking static ball to do that. All you need to do is a little knowledge of self and 9-ether and the black dot and the melanin synthesis with the mitochondrial and the sacred womb, goddammit, and you dare. They need foreign agents or a drop of blood to do this without the agency of this static ball. We don't. This God science, I'm telling y'all God science. I'm not bullshitting. This shit is the real fucking deal. Motherfuckers say what they want. They can't fuck with me on this knowledge shit. I'm 300 and motherfucking 60 degrees. Look. So they told y'all this evil. These dreadlocks, they shoot them motherfucking, burst the motherfucking electromagnetic current out and pop your motherfucking ass and stun you, leave you laying there. And the first one gonna get this shit is women with dreadlocks. The first motherfuckers gonna be running around with their dreadlocks doing this shit while all these open mouths gonna be spitting out current. Look. Now look at Medusa, right? With no snakes. This is Medusa with no... I'm not making this shit up. Motherfuckers say what the fuck they want to. Look at her. No fucking snakes. Them dreadlocks. Look. They been knowing this shit all the time and they confusing y'all with who you is. They use the exact... Look, got bird wings on this motherfucker. Medusa. Look at the symbolism. This is the symbol of the sun around her neck. All of this shit is telling you her powers. You can't make this fucking shit up. I'm telling y'all, God science. These motherfuckers say they gods. I'm going to show you how to get there. You got to know who the enemy is in order to know what you are. Sun Tzu say, know yourself and know your enemy. Victory is assured. Look at when she was green. You see? Hair with a snake in there. Now that y'all understand that Medusa had dreadlocks and that she didn't wear fucking snakes on her head, that changes the whole meaning of this shit. This motherfucker. Oh, St. Patty. Right? Look at it. St. Patrick and the killer snake. There was never snakes in Ireland, people. But watch this. When St. Patrick's made his way through the province of Munster, along with his followers, he was greeted by the concerned farmers. They explained to St. Patrick how a snake was on the Galtee Mountains killing the valuable livestock and how they tried in vain to find it. They told St. Patrick of how important it was for the snake to be found and removed from the area for good. When the farmers finished telling St. Patrick of the snake on the mountain range, he asked him for a bucket. With his crozier in one hand and the bucket in the other, he left the group and made his way to the Galtee Mountain. I can't make this shit up. One snake in Ireland is what they're telling you. And then it was on a Galtee. Let's find out where this mountain at. The mountains were formerly known as Sliva Court, anglicized Silvegrot, the Hump Mountain, or Crota Cleach, the Humps of Clew, which was the name of the surrounding territory. The area also originated Kerry's Group's popular Irish bacon food brand Galtee, and the term Galtee Mountains is still in common use. Geography. Galtee Mountain. How in the fuck is he gonna find a snake on this mountain if it ain't on two legs? Come on, people. This is where he at, St. Patrick. He kicking ass, getting rid of the snakes that don't exist in Ireland. There's no archaeological evidence of snakes in Ireland. Rituals at night as a spiritually magnetic field, while the women do theirs in the daytime as a spiritual electrical field. So you drawing through the dark side, she's projecting through the light side. And that moves this shit along so much faster, but it gives you relief. It gives you the relief from the headaches, the muscle aches, the back aches, the joint pains, the itching under the skin, the hot flashes. All of those things start to balance out because what the problem is your chakras are waking up and you ain't ready. So your body don't know how to assimilate the overflow of energy where there was only a little bit of energy before. So it's like you got a car that run off a car battery. All of a sudden you put a jet plane battery in that motherfucker. It's fully charged now. It's too much juice going through it. The car can't keep up with the battery. That's where you at. These chakras can feed you sustenance once they fully awaken, and you won't necessarily need food. That's one of the purposes of fasting, is to awaken the chakras responsible for hunger, because it's the same ones responsible for control of emotion. When you can control your appetite and your sexual desire, you can control your emotions. Now you can start to become a master of yourself. And this was the whole goal. Everybody got to learn to master the self. We all got to learn the same lessons, and then, each got to help others along the way. They're going to get stuck. It's supposed to be hard to learn the lessons. Nobody was supposed to give you the instructions while they can be used against you. So they had to be hidden from you in plain sight. They told you that everything you was the devil. Voodoo was evil. They scared to death of the voodoo, but it's evil. And they the ones using the church to keep you in slavery, mentally and physically. But you not seeing it because you scared of voodoo.